Merhabalar arkadaşlar. Skyrim'e hoş geldiniz. En son Alduin'i pataklamıştık. O da kaçmıştı. Şimdi kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz.
You truly have the voice of a Dova. Alduin's allies will think twice after this victory.
Alduin kaçtı, bu pek de gerçek bir zafer sayılmaz.
True, this is not the final Krongra victory, but not even the heroes of old were able to defeat Alduin in open battle. Alduin always was Pahlok, arrogant in his power. Uznagar Par. He took domination as his birthright. This should shake the loyalty of the Dove who serve him.
Alduin'in nereye gittiğini bulmalıyım.
Yes, one of his allies could tell us. Matmahus. But it will not be so easy to convince one of them to betray him. Perhaps the Hafkasayun, the palace in Whiterun, Dragon's Reach. It was originally built to house a captive Dova. A fine place to trap one of Alduin's allies,
Akçabey Mevki Bey seninle aynı fikirde olmayabilir ama.
Yes, but your Sum is strong. I do not doubt that you can convince him of the need.
Bu muhabbetler görevin dışında, ama soralım, Ejder Konak bir ejderhayı tutsak etmek için mi inşa edilmişti?
Yes, this was ages ago, you understand. There were more of us then. Before the Bruniki, the Akaviri came and killed all my Zema. I used to visit him from time to time, nearly crazed by loneliness and captivity. Tiraz Sivaz. He did not even remember his own name. I do not know how he came to be caught, but the Bronyun, the Jarl, was very proud of his pet, Pak. The Hofkosayun has been known as Dragon's Reach ever since.
Sen kırsakalların efendisisin. Eğitim için buraya başkaları da geliyor mu?
I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me.
Sözcüklerle meditasyon mu yapıyorsun? Nasıl oluyor?
Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master: Fus, Faim, and Yol.
Fusta devam edelim
It is
desek.
called force in your tongue, but as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back.
Çabasız güç eklendi. Peki. Kudret sözcüğü öğrenmek istiyorum.
Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus, Faim, or Yol?
Fus'u öğrendik. Faim'i öğrenelim.
Fade in your tongue. Mortals have greater affinity for this word than the dove. Everything mortal fades away in time, but the spirit remains. Ponder the meaning of spirit. Unslad zi. Where mortal flesh may wither and die, the spirit endures. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you. Sum arc mora. You will find that your spirit will give you more strength.
İki tane mi öğrenebiliyorduk?
Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus, Faim, or Yol?
Yolda
In
öğrenim
your
gelmişken.
tongue, the word simply means fire. It is change given form, power at its most primal. That is the true meaning of Yol. Solyak, power. You have it, as do all dove. But power is inert without action and choice. Think of this as the fire builds in your sum, in your breath. Sum arc mora. What will you burn? What will you spare?
Hepsini öğrendik. İşimiz bitti.
Lok thum.
Başka muhabbet yok seninle herhalde. Nereye gidiyoruz? Ejder Konak.
I hope the Empire is sending reinforcements to drive these heathens out of Whiterun.
Daha önce iç savaşı bitirmemizin sebebi bu görevde arkadaşlar. Burada nasıl koşuyorduk ya? Minecraft'a o kadar alıştım ki. Eğer iç savaşı bitirmemiş olsaydık bu görevi yapabilmek için ilk önce aksakallıların orada bir toplantı yapmamız gerekecekti. Uzun konuşmalarla geçen bir toplantı olacaktı o. Kriyele.
In honor of your service in battle, I am hereby granting you permission to purchase property in Whiterun. Talk to my steward if you're interested.
Zaten aldık ya evi. Neyse, yardımına ihtiyacım var. Sarayında bir ejderhayı tuzağa düşürmem gerekiyor.
Must have misheard you. I thought you asked me to help you trap a dragon
Evet.
in my palace.
Evet, doğru duydun. Önemli olmasa sormazdım.
Of course. You already saved Whiterun from that dragon. I owe you a great deal. But I don't understand. Why let a dragon into the heart of my city when we've been working so hard to keep them out?
Senin düşündüğünden daha büyük bir tehdit var. Alduin geri döndü.
Alduin, the World Eater himself. But how can we fight him? Doesn't his return mean it's the end times?
Şimdi pes edersek ümit yok demektir. Ya da ben ejder doğanım, onu durdurmak benim
I
kaderim.
don't know about
Durduracağım.
such things. But I heard the Greybeard summon you. That's good enough for me. Now what's this nonsense about trapping a dragon in my palace?
Çok geç olmadan Alduin'i bulmanın tek yolu bu.
Then Whiterun will stand with you, Dragonborn. We will take the risk and gain the glory, whether it be in victory or defeat. So what's the plan then? How do you intend to lure a dragon into the trap?
Henüz bilmiyorum ama muhtemelen yardım edebilecek birilerini tanıyorum.
Oh. Well, I'll leave that to you. I trust you know your business, probably for the best. It will give me time to see if that old trap still works. And break the news to the men.
İlk önce Nida'yı öğrenmemiz gerekiyor. Nida'yı öğrenmeye bir gidelim. Sema Alem Tapınağı'na gitmemiz gerekiyor. Ezberinden öğreneceğiz herhalde.
Dream of it. In the dream I was standing someplace high up, a tower or a mountain. It was always just before dawn. The whole world was in darkness. Then came the flash of light, just on the horizon, within the clouds that mark the border between worlds. It could have been lightning, but there was no thunder. In the dream, the sense of foreboding grew. But I could never wake up. Then it came again, this time more distinct, closer. Definitely not lightning. Now it was orange, brilliant orange, the color of hearth and dawn. And a sound, too, distinct and indistinct. Not thunder, something else. Something I should recognize, but in the dream I cannot place it. I want to leave my high place to seek shelter from what I don't yet know. In the manner of dreams I cannot escape. I'm forced to wait and watch. Then finally realization and horror arrive together. The orange is flame, heat. The sound, the roar, a challenge in their ancient tongue. But now it's too late for escape. The dragon is upon me, fire and darkness descending like a thunderbolt. And not just any dragon, but the dragon, Alduin, the world eater, the dragon who devours both the living and the dead. And then I would wake up and hope that it was just a dream, but know that it was not.
There's one more thing. We know about Parthenax.
Almış
There's
Parthenax'ı.
one more thing. We know about Parthenax.
Nedir bu bildiğin?
Parthenax, the dragon that the Greybeards have been protecting for all these years. He needs to die. He deserves to die. And it falls to you to kill him.
Ölmeyi hak etmiyor. Bu muhabbeti yarıda
I'm
kesiyorum.
sorry
Daha
that we
sonra
would
tekrar
dishonor our oaths as blades if we
konuşacağız
continue to
seninle. Ezber.
Do you need something?
O kötü rüyayı bir daha görmeyeceksin. Alduin'i yok edeceğiz. Ejder konakta bir ejderhayı çekmenin yolunu bulmam gerekiyor. Bir fikrin var mı?
Interesting problem. Yes. I've been poring over the records here in Skyhaven Temple.
An unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up.
Peki ne yardım olacak bunun bize?
Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power. Shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be.
Çağrıldığında neden
He's
gelsin
not
ki?
compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon after your victory over Alduin. I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call.
Peki bu ejderhanın adı ne?
Ah, indeed. I'm no master of the voice, but it is written here in the scroll. Odahviing'i, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
Kudret sözcüğünü öğrendik. Bakalım. Ejderha çağrısı. Kar, avcı, kanat. Şimdi artık gidip ejderhayı çağırabiliriz. Partunax Dilemma diye bir mod vardı diye hatırlıyorum. Ama şu anda o modu yüklememişim. Partunax'ı öldürürsek kırsakallılar bir daha bizimle konuşmayacak. Öldürmezsek Blade'ler bir daha bizimle konuşmayacak. O modu ekleyip ikisiyle de dost kalmayı istiyorum. Bakalım arada yüklerim.
You're that one from the college. Heard about you.
Mingar Kıryele, nereye gidiyorsun? Ejderhayı tuzağa düşürmeye hazır mısın?
As I promised, my men stand ready. The great chains are oiled. We wait on your word.
Ben hazırım. Hadi gidip yakalayalım.
My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands.
Hey, you mix potions.
Haydi başlayalım.
Can you brew me an ale?
Sesimizi duyup gelmesini bekliyoruz artık. Odahviing'i çağırdık. Hemen nidamızı değiştirelim. Ejder yıkana.
Hear that?
Aha, adamı aldı fırlattı ya. Tüh. Gel buraya. Tutturamadık. Bunu pataklamamız gerekiyor muydu? Evet, yakaladık arkadaşlar.
I think it's holding.
Futa mid Kodav, caught like a bear in a trap. Zokfrini grin kogra drun viki,
Dovahkiin. Zuubonar. You went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position. Insir Alduin, No doubt you want to know where to find Alduin.
Başka ne sebebi olabilir ki? Nerede saklanıyor?
Renikvaza, an apt phrase. Alduin Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your thuum for myself. Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship, whether his thuum was truly the strongest. Among ourselves, of course, Muni Mae, none were yet ready to openly defy him.
Peki nerede bulabilirim ben onu?
Unslad Croesus, innumerable pardons, I digress. He has traveled to Sovngarde to regain his strength, devouring the Silesure, the souls of the mortal dead, a privilege he jealously guards. His door to Sovngarde is at Skuldafn, one of his ancient fanes high in the eastern mountains. Mindoran pa ok midoven avarantil. I surely do not need to warn you that all his remaining strength is marshaled there. Zuulost ofan hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me to go free?
İzin vereceğim ama beni götüreceğine söz veriyor musun?
Serve you? No. Need id. If and when you defeat Alduin, I will reconsider.
Şimdi Alduin'i pataklayacağımız kesin.
Croesus, there is one detail about Skuldafn I neglected to mention.
Söyle bakalım.
Only this. You have the thuum of a dova, but without the wings of one, you will never set foot in Skuldafn. Of course, I could fly you there, but not while imprisoned like this.
Tamam, beni Skuldafn'a götür. Ben de seni serbest bırakayım.
Onikan Korav Gain Mirad. It is wise to recognize when you only have one choice. And you can trust me. Zuni Tarudis. Alduin has proven himself unworthy to rule. I go my own way now. Free me, and I will carry you to Skuldafn.
Sir, you have no idea how long I have waited for such an opportunity. I would be most appreciative if you would permit me to perform some tests on you, purely in the interests of the advancement of knowledge.
Be gone, maid. Do not test my promise to the Dovahkiin.
I assure you, you will not even notice me. Most of them are hardly painful at all to a large dragon such as yourself.
Daha önce bu muhabbeti hiç dikkat etmemişim. Direkt serbest bırakıp üstüne binip gitmişim.
May, what are you doing back there?
Ne o? Vaz mı geçtin? Korktu kaçtı. Neyse serbest bırakıp yolumuza devam edelim. Guard, Ejderha'yı serbest bırak.
I can't believe that. You sure about that? You want to let that dragon loose after all the trouble to catch him in there?
Amacımıza ulaştık. Eminim. Hadi sal.
Your funeral. Someone else is gonna have to help you get him back in there again.
Get ready to open the trap.
This seems like a really bad idea to me.
Carry on, soldier. This is all part of the Dragonborn's plan.
By all the gods.
Was nu? Sie nicht ein Rufe Astral.
Ve henüz muhabbete başlamadan önce bugünlük süremizin sonuna geldik arkadaşlar. Buraya kadar takip ettiğiniz, izlediğiniz için teşekkürler. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.